Welcome to the Speak Your Truth podcast. I am your host, Jaya Rose. I am a brand growth coach specializing in speaking, storytelling, visibility, and I am soon to be the creator of the Embodied business membership, which I am super excited to share with you. I'm going to be rolling it out in the next couple weeks. And today on this episode, I'm going to be talking to you about the intuitive approach to success. And it's relevant to my membership because it's really kind of the story of how I got here. And I can't even really put it into words how magical it is, because when you follow your intuition, it's like you can look back on it and still not even take credit for your work. This is my life. I'm like, thank you that you think that's amazing. And it wasn't just me. Like, that's how I feel about all of my work, whether it's a TikTok, whether it's a program, even coaching. Even when I'm one-on-one coaching with my clients, I still don't take full credit because I do feel like I'm co-creating, and it is always a collaborative effort to create anything. And personally, I've taken an approach in business that is very intuitive. And I see other coaches and other people who are in business, they take a more linear approach and they just do the things XYZ, 5 steps, and they find a lot of success. So here's the thing. I am not here to say that this is exclusive, that this is the only way to have success. Because it's not. That would be a lie. But it is one way. And if you're anything like me and you're highly sensitive and you're a rebel and you're a free spirit and you are intuitive, well, then you might want to lean in. Because if the other ways don't work for you, then maybe this way will. I know for me that I tried to follow the cookie cutter approach. I tried to do the stupid fucking launches that open cart for 5 days and then count down and have scarcity and tell everybody that it's going to be this and that. And I'm just like, oh my God, I will quit my business. That's how I felt. When I was following other people's models around launching and selling, I wanted to quit my business, and I never have quit. I mean, I've only ever been an entrepreneur. There's really no option for me to quit, okay? But that is how devastated I felt, because it felt so deeply out of alignment, and I had to go through it. So I'm grateful. Yay, hurrah, thank you so much. And also, I don't want you to have to. So wherever you are, whether you have gone through a number of phases of following other people's strategies and not resonating with them and not really getting the results you wanted, or you're just starting out, well, I hope this is a godsend for you. When I started my online business 6 years ago, I didn't have, obviously, the hindsight to say what works for me and what doesn't. And part of owning your own business and having the privilege to get to design your life how you want it to be, to get to design your business to work for you and your specific energy and needs. It is a responsibility too, because nobody teaches you how to do it. And again, if you're anything like me, I was the type of kid and then teenager and then young adult and now mature adult that does not understand things the same way other people do, because I am highly sensitive and the way I learn is very conceptual, and teachers didn't teach that way. They wanted you to memorize things, and I was like, that is not how just tell me the fucking concept, okay? And yet and I'm brilliant at concept, which is why I'm a good teacher and I'm able to break things down that are somewhat comprehensive into a simple way, and that's because of the way I think. And so I want you just to start this conversation out with, it is not taught. We are not taught how to design our life and to create a game plan that works specifically for us. Now, when I first started online, I didn't even know that I needed to create my own success. I knew that there was a whole other level of success for me, but I didn't realize how much of the journey was going to be about honoring my sensitivity and deeply understanding my own energy and completely letting myself off the hook for doing it like anyone else. So I can sit here 6 years later and tell you a story as if it was just, oh, all you do is follow your intuition, but that's not what it was for me, because while following my intuitions, I also had to allow myself to and give myself the permission to let go of what other people think or let go of success timelines that other people have and really just do it my own way. And it took building a 6-figure business teaching video and then not wanting to do it that way, like the 5-day launch method that I was just talking about, create a program, open the cart, like do a 5-day challenge and then open the cart. Oh yeah. Want to know what happens to me after I do a 5-day challenge? Oh my gosh. I remember I did a 5-day be the star of your brand using video challenge. 5 days of hosting in a Facebook group, getting on, talking to people, answering everybody back. At that point, I maybe only had 100 people in it. Still, 100 people, even if 15 of them engaged, which I think even more did. It was exhausting. It was exhausting to me. Then I close the 5 days, and then I'm supposed to launch a program and have the cart open for 5 more days. What am I, Hercules? Like, hello? There is no, no. I would just completely fall apart, basically. And this happened to the point where I was like, I don't ever want to launch again. And I went into this dark night of the soul thinking, okay, I'm not going to do it that way, but I don't know another way to do it because nobody was teaching that, or at least nobody in my circle. And it's really fascinating that I can look back and see, well, it was really just rebellion. So I rebelled against this masculine, do it this way structure and die and become rich. Or what? So I'm rebelling against something, but not knowing what I'm doing it for, except for freedom. Like, let me find freedom. Excuse me while I get a drink of water. Well, this is where the story gets really good. I started creating a whole entire, what I call now, the Embodied Business School framework. I started creating it, but I didn't know that's what I was creating. What I did was I followed my intuition. And whatever it said, I listened. And that meant if I was going to leave the cart open for 8 weeks, then that's what I did. And I started this whole new approach to launching where I was like, okay, I'll give myself a month. Oh, I need another week. Give myself 5 weeks. Oh, actually, no, I need another 6. I need another week. Okay, 6 weeks. Now where I just project ahead that I am going to do launch activities. I'm going to leave the cart open for 8 weeks. And yeah, I'll still give because I love it. I actually enjoy, well, not really a 5-day challenge, probably more like 3 days now. But I love doing free workshops and I love doing those launch activities. They're super awesome. But I want spaciousness. And in doing this, it really freed up my creativity to create more. So over the next few years, I created multiple programs, not knowing how they tied into one another. In fact, they seemed random. So I created the Embody method and the Embody program, which is specifically for highly sensitive people to, ironically enough, follow their intuition, lead with self-care, lead with the feminine energy, and create a larger capacity of a larger energetic capacity for success as a highly sensitive person. And what I just thought, okay, well, that's what I'm doing now. Oh, is this what I'm meant to be known for? Is this my niche? And yet what I didn't know is that no, that was a piece of what I'm meant to teach, a piece of it. And if I could go back and tell myself, Jaya, you're building out a piece of this and eventually it's going to become an entire embodied business school, that would have been cool to know, but I didn't get to know. So, spoiler alert, there's a bunch of shit that you don't get to know. And you don't need to know right now. You need to trust. So that's your job. That was my job. And it's what I did. And I ran that program for a year. And then I said, well, nope, I'm not going to run it again. I really want to dive just into storytelling because storytelling was a part of the Embodied program, but it wasn't very much. And so I wanted to expand on this soul story work and also on the presentation part of storytelling because it's really needed. It's really needed and it's something that I absolutely love and I have an amazing framework around it. So I created impactful storytelling. Now that might seem random. Someone would be like, what is Jaya doing? She was teaching spirituality and energetics and embodiment, and now she's teaching storytelling. Oh, she's never going to be successful. I challenge you. Because it did seem random, okay? Even to me, but I didn't care because I said, that's what I want to do. And then next, I only ran that one time, this impactful storytelling program, really dope program. The next time I said, well, I want to build on that. And I really want to teach people how to put talks together and how to become powerful speakers and take their message to stage. So I created the Embodied Speaker Program. And I ran that. And then guess what happened? Coronavirus. Speaking on stage wasn't really happening. But I had created this methodology that actually is based on live video. Everything you do in embodied speaking, you can do on video. In fact, I'm doing it right now here on this podcast, and you can't even see me. So this, oh my goodness, this inspired me. And I said, well, I have years of online brand building experience. I've built multiple different brands at this point. What if I put it all together? I'm going to create the Embodied Brand Academy, which has bits of the Embody program in it, the impactful storytelling framework, the embodied speaker methodology, and then also the sales, launching, and visibility, because I left out that I also taught soul-led visibility taught it one time, and this was a 6-week course or 5 weeks. I think I made about $8,000 on soul-led visibility. And what I want to tell you is that basically I paid myself to create content, but I didn't do it on purpose. Instead, what I did was follow the nudges. So again, spoiler, you are creating right now for a reason, and you don't have to know what that reason is. It's still valuable. Charge money for it. Change people's lives, and then see what unfolds. So for me, that was about a 2.5 year experience. And now I'm sitting here, it feels like on the top of a mountain. I'm like, how the hell did I get here? Did I fly? Did I hike? Did I bungee jump from an airplane? Like, is that what you do? Skydive? What did I do? How did I get here? And I can look back and it's so freaking cool because now I'm about to launch the Embodied Business Membership. Open up all of these programs. It's the entire framework for a highly sensitive person to create success in an online business. From the energetics to the storytelling and messaging, to presenting and live video, sharing your message, being visible, to the sales, to the intuitive launch process that I do, everything. I have everything created. And I'm sitting here like, I never could have done this. Like, there's no way that I would have known this would happen. So following your intuition is not just like a hobby. It's not just a good idea, okay? This is a way of life. And when you are highly sensitive, It works so much better because honestly, if you would have told me, Jaya, you're going to create a whole business school out of this content, I would have just had resistance and not done it. So when you are highly sensitive, you have a processing system that needs more time to process things. And the benefit of that is that you embody, literally why I use that word so much, embody lessons more deeply. Okay? It makes you somebody who usually chooses safely. You make really good choices. People come to you for advice because the processing system that is unique to you as a highly sensitive person supports you in being more careful. That's what it's for. It's to keep you safe. And the flip side of that is it will keep you too safe and it will keep you playing on the sidelines, which is why that is the message I share. Like, I help you get seen, heard, and paid because I want to help you because I don't want you sitting on the sidelines. I want you out there in the game, and yet I also don't want you doing it the way that you think you have to based on other people who are not highly sensitive telling you that. So that's why I'm sharing this with you today. I hope that it empowers you in some way to see where you are as total gold. Like, wherever you are right now is not just a means to an end. This isn't just some path that you're passing by on. This is your story. And that's why I love story work. Because the story that I just told you, I could never have known the value of it except if I were to go through it and then share it as a story. And when you recognize that you are doing that right now, whatever phase you're in a story. You're creating a story. How do you want that story to be? What do you want to create, and how do you want to look back on it? Because that's what to focus on. I knew that I wanted to create. I've always wanted to create. That's what I do. I create programs. I'm a teacher. I love to show up. I'm a giver. That's what I did. And now I have an entire business school that is ready to open up to people who aren't ready for one-on-one coaching or joining me in my brand academy. And yet they want to move forward and have access to these programs, these frameworks, to live trainings, to a community, and to Q&A with me. That's what the membership is going to be. I think I mentioned it last week to you. I don't have the signups quite yet. I really should get some kind of like email so that you can get notified. I'm going to try and get that together and put it below. But otherwise, just keep looking out because I'm going to do a workshop in the next couple weeks, and then I'm going to open the doors to the membership. I'm super, super excited about it. It's going to be just a beautiful way to be in community with other like-minded and diverse people who will help you get out of your own way, and then also learn these business strategies from me that are specifically designed for you to create your own way. So I am not going to tell you how it has to be. Everything I teach you, I'm going to say, how does this feel to you? Do what works for you. Here's my suggestion. And if you dig that, then I definitely want to be in community with you. So thank you so much for being here today. The moral of the story is to value where you are, to listen to your intuition, to create what comes to you, to bring it into the world, birth it, and trust that it is all a part of a larger plan. You are doing great. You are amazing. And I'm so, so happy that you were here and that we spent this time together. Take a screenshot of this right now if you're listening on your phone and post it in your Instagram stories. Tag me with Jaya Rose. And I would love to see that you were listening. I would love to know if this impacted you in any way. And do feel free to share it with somebody who you think it would be meaningful for. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you next time on the Speak Your Truth podcast.